Video.
Oh, that looks terrible. And welcome to the Barrel Buddies. I'm James.
I'm Ken.
And I'm BJ. We have a special guest tonight. Welcome back to your weekly whiskey, wine, and all things barrel-aged podcast. We're live on Wednesday, as we always are. Ken, welcome back. It's been a minute.
Wait, are we? Are we? What day of the week is it?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Thirsty Thursday.
You're in such a mode.
I just have it ready to go that I forget. I forget where we are. I forget what we're doing. Hi, it's Thursday, everybody.
It's Thursday.
Has it been that kind of week?
I've had a hell of a week. I don't know about the rest of you. It's been a long week and it's only Thursday.
Well, there's only one more day, right? As they say.
Thank goodness. Oh my God.
Only one more.
And that's why we are drinking some whiskey tonight. What kind of whiskey are we drinking about? Ken, introduce it.
So we have Lucky 7, the Proprietor.
All right. Lucky 7 of the
14-year
Proprietor.
Kentucky straight bourbon.
I'm going to rub my hands together for
So,
this.
here's what I'm going to say. I've heard a lot of hype about this bottle. And first of all, the reason why we have Ken on the show tonight is not only does Zach have monkeypox,
Got those monkeypox.
but in lieu of
I don't even want to know.
He's rubbing his wang on the toilet seat.
So Zach's going to get better.
We hope.
We hope, Zach. Anyway, Ken reminded me not too long ago that he was like, hey, I'm going to buy a few bottles of this. Do you want one? I said, absolutely. So thank you for including me, Ken, in this.
Yeah, of course.
And I figured, if Zach's out tonight, let's bring him on the show and let's drink it. Because what do we do around here? We drink our tater bottles and Promo bottles. And
Don't let them collect dust. That's what they do in the store. You bring them home so you can say, look at this glorious
they're
thing.
meant for
Let's
drinking.
drink it.
You mean they didn't make the whiskey to drink? Is that they just made
A lot
it?
of a lot of people think that people make whiskey to look at, that it's some sort of wall decor.
No,
they do.
You
They
save
do.
it to drink and
The
you save it
taters.
to the best conversation.
Those
piece.
tater haters.
Glass of whiskey. A couple of people in the chat. Redbeard, how's it going, bud? Good to see you.
What's up, Redbeard and
Rico,
Johnny?
welcome.
Rico Suave, ¿cómo estás?
Yes. So anyway, we were talking earlier a little bit about this product, and we know that it's from a non-disclosed distillery. But Ken, you have it on good authority that
It's Barton.
It's
Anything
Barton.
that from a new brand is Barton.
It's Barton, but you brought up, we were talking about this earlier, and I thought this was an interesting lifestyle or life process that it goes through. So it comes from Barton and then goes where?
So the bottle says to Bardstown Bourbon,
So Barton Juice goes to Bardstown.
which is interesting.
Hey, really quick, guys.
Bardstown-
Redbeard says we have an echo. Ooh, there's an echo.
Oh shit. Rico, how do I fix the echo again?
Yeah, we fixed that echo. That's strange. Why we have an echo? Let me look at our audio capture device.
No,
Just a moment.
it's the levels. It's
Looking good here. He says, so Brian, your echo is on. Yours specifically.
but my echo's not on. All the effects are off.
And
The joys of a live show.
How's that? Is that any better? I made that quick change.
maybe that did it.
So I will say this is why
He said
Watching
left to
Barrel Buddies?
infinite idle channels.
this is why I like watching
Left.
Barrel Buddies and helping support you guys on your show.
Yes.
This is live.
I don't know
It's
what
not,
that means.
It's not overproduced. It's not staged. You guys are real reviews, real show.
Real reviewers.
Things happen in real time.
Real
How's that?
fans.
Is that any better? Try that.
Hopefully that's better.
I mean,
Nice, it's still the same.
it's still the same. Specifically mine. I think I have just an effed up mic.
Oh, maybe that's it. Can
I
you
think
do a
this-
little reconnect with
I
that
think this
cable?
this cardioid mic is done.
Seen its final days.
How's that? Is that any better? Talk to the other side of the mic.
Maybe
That's better. Maybe that's better.
Well, let's roll with
There
it.
we go.
People in the chat, we'll give them a minute to chat. They're still thinking. And you gotta remember, we're seeing this a little bit faster than they are, so you have to be patient.
Maybe that's better.
with answers.
We hope that's better.
Let us know if there's no more echoes. So there's a knob that says effects, turn them all, collect counterclockwise.
Yeah, they're all
you
off.
did that, turned them
All
all.
the effects are off. Effects levels are off. Everything is off. All right, hold on.
Now. Ooh, that like.
Popped,
How
yeah.
brown cow. Hopefully we didn't pop the.
I hope I didn't pop you all up, sorry. We turned the board off and turned it back on for a reset in case, for whatever reason, there's some weird echo chamber happening.
But we're looking good on the app here. So, how's it now, guys?
Wyatt the Earp, I couldn't agree more. I'm about ready to just walk off this GD show.
Like you said, it's been that kind of week.
It's been
And
that
just
kind of
walk
week.
the F off.
We're just saying it's been that kind of week. All right, let us know. We're going to keep talking. If it's still bad, we'll stop again here in a minute. But just let us know if you guys still hear it. Please type that in the chat. So back to Lucky 7. So 14-year Barton. I have no other information about it. We just know it's sourced from quote-unquote unknown distillery in Kentucky.
Well, Barton and then to Bardstown.
Bardstown
It's bottled
to
by
Barton.
Bardstown, which
Okay.
to me that's interesting because Bardstown's trying to be the king of sourced Kentucky whiskey.
Got
So
it.
they're bottling from what is now kind of the biggest sourced Kentucky whiskey producer in Barton and taking their stuff, bottling it for another brand that then sends it out. So
All right.
whiskey's just many hands in the process, I guess.
Yeah, obviously. And what is it? What does it read us the bottle, Beach? What are the stats on there?
All right, so Lucky 7, the Proprietor, single barrel Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, aged 14 years, barrel number 34, alcohol by volume 67.75%, coming in at 135 proof.
It's a hot
That's a
one.
strong one.
Yeah.
It's hot.
Woo. It's a hot damn boy.
I guess we'll find out if it really is. Right?
Yikes.
Well, when you get it poured, you just put it away.
Oh,
It's like, what?
excuse me.
We're just gonna look at it. We actually don't.
Like-
We really are going to look at it.
We review bottles and we read reviews. We don't actually drink the product. But you got to be careful. Don't judge the initial nose of a 14-year bottle right off the bat. Whoa! I got it from here. Yeah, ooh.
Interesting.
Looks like not the easiest bottle to pour.
It's not easy to
A
pour.
little bit awkward.
Yeah, come on,
So,
Lucky 7.
Does
Maybe
that
change
get
that bottle
does that get a
design.
ding on the final score?
I mean, with me it always does.
Wow, it's very baked goods, like baked sugar cookie creme brulee, the burnt sugar.
Okay. For something that's 135 proof, I am not getting
Zero heat.
no. Maybe
No
at the
ethanol.
very end if I really go for it. But it's and not a ton of oak either. You'd expect something 14 years would be a little bit.
Come on, Biff tannins. You know me, guys, in oak out there. You know my hatred of oak.
Well, you might like this one then. At least on the
Exactly.
Yep. So I just did. I did this thing where I dipped it into did my finger into the Glencairn, rubbed it in my hands. I'm trying to get some
Slap
nose
3
profiles.
times.
I've heard of that. Does it work?
It does.
Huh?
I think it adds
I know.
just a little heat.
See, you watch the Barrel Buddies to learn new things.
There you go.
Cream, vanilla, and tobacco. It smells like pipe
Definitely
tobacco. It smells like pipe tobacco.
Not Cavendish, but it's like a raw pipe tobacco.
For as hot as it says it is, I don't get any of that. I think maybe drinking it's going to be different. So cheers to everybody.
Cheers over there, Ken. Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for joining us tonight on a Thursday.
Whoa, that packs a punch.
But not like a super high proof punch. It's a different punch.
Again,
it's
friends.
there, but it's not. It's
Right.
not a typical 135 proof punch.
Yes, so we go by the 3-sip rule here, as you all know. Most of you know. That first sip is obviously, what do we say, folks? The shock to the palate.
As you can see, very shocked.
Shock to the palate. And this one, wowzer. So, second sip. Your palate's starting to get used to what it's drinking. You lose a lot of that heat that you got on that first sip. And then by the third, you're acclimated, you're good to go, you know exactly what you're getting into. And you're going to start getting the nuances and the different tastes.
For those of you that are just joining us in the first, haven't been with us for a couple of weeks, my reaction was not so terrible as it may have seemed. I was really holding it on my palate to do
Uncle
the
Pumpy
chew.
says, don't chew it. And exclamation, or all caps.
Yeah, I had to chew it because I really did want to really shock my palate because
It's gonna burn your palate.
I burned it right out. I mean, it was
Yeah.
like ammonia to the nose.
Yeah.
The burn is bad, but the flavor is good. So I'm excited to get right back into this, like immediately.
Why, there's a lot of ins, a lot of outs, lots of what have yous,
See now, oddly, I'm getting some
A lot of ins and
like
outs
young
whiskey.
corn on it, which I didn't get before.
Yeah, I agree.
Love oak, Redbeard loves oak.
It's almost
Yeah.
offensive on the second sip.
But cheers, gents.
Yeah.
Let us know in the chat what you guys are drinking tonight with us.
Yeah,
It's
real-
astringent, Lucky 7.
Yeah. Oh, like a cleaning solution.
So can we get back to the nose? Can we just... I don't know
Nope,
that all of us...
Nope, we're in a flavor profile right now.
Yeah, well, none of us besides me gave the nose profile, really. So that's why I wanted to go back really
I
quick.
did. I said, it smells like vanilla and tobacco.
Okay.
I agree with the cream,
Okay,
but I'm
cream.
I'm getting some notes that you would typically get of a younger bourbon. That young corn.
Yeah.
Not that it's bad. It's welcoming and familiar, but you don't normally get that on a 14-year.
So we're thinking maybe potentially that mash bill is a bit high on the corn side?
It would seem so. There's not a whole lot of rye spice that I get from it.
Yeah.
The only spice you get is just from the heat.
Do they give a match bill? Can you
They do not undisclosed.
undisclosed? Yeah, I'm gonna say this seems a lot of corn and barley, and yeah, no rye. And if that's not true, then boy, it doesn't come through. There's no rye that comes through in that.
I get a tobacco. These guys, I think, are kind of calling it, right? Tobacco, buttercream, marzipan, almond, whatever, little hazelnut. But then I get like, there's a faint, it is like a berry, like a blackberry. I'm getting like a faint hint of like some type of berry. But it's got a lot of, like up front though, it's big, bold tobacco, sweet, very mild oakiness for the age, believe it or not. But then the after, like once you really swallow it, you really just kind of start thinking about it. Pepper comes out, residual heat, ethanol burn goes away. Pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, it doesn't live up to the hype. I'm going to say that right now, in my opinion.
I'm a little bit disappointed.
Yes.
This is one of those bottles that I was hoping would be better.
Talk price. How much for these bad boys?
So right around 150, which just
Hey.
over that 10-year or $10 a year benchmark.
Exactly what we say, folks. You want to pay about $10 a year for your
But
juice you're drinking.
and I think this may live up to the general consensus for Bourbon sourced stuff. Is there's some really good barrels and there's
cutting
some
it right here. Oh, okay. So
There's
can you
some
talk a
really
little bit
good
about
barrels and
that?
some
So
really
are these
bad.
like store picks or single barrel picks, or how does this work?
So I believe this is a store pick, but there's
Okay.
no information on who picked it. I got it from Lucky Seven's website. They were selling it.
Okay.
They did say it was picked by a group, but they didn't say who. So I
Interesting.
don't know if it was a group that
Knew what they were talking about.
was selling through Lucky Seven or had a good pick.
Right.
Um,
Sell 2 barrels of Lucky 7 and we'll give you some VTAC. We all know that story. What are you
Interesting.
doing over there?
Interesting. Okay, so this has been. I'm going to be honest. I think that this has been a challenge. At first, I was like really ready to say I don't like this, but I think it's just a challenging whiskey. We haven't had a challenging bourbon.
It's a really good.
I like what you're calling it. I like that. It is a challenging.
It's a challenge, right? This has a new difficulty level, and I don't think because of the alcohol content. I just think that this has a challenging personality. It's not. It's a little shrouded. I think it's a little muddy, like murky. The flavor profile here is even hazy.
Would you call it wild? Like it's hard to.
Yeah. I think wild is an excellent description. Putting a little water in this, to me, made it all the more palatable. Sometimes that's not true, especially with high alcohol percentage bourbons. I'm usually the first person to say, not a big fan of cutting that because I think that it makes it even more stringent, oaky, and brings out some really bad flavor profiles. Putting a little water into this actually helped it along. Brings out a lot more of the cream profile. I started getting some of those fruit notes that you were talking about, James.
Yeah.
But I'm not getting berry. I'm going to call out mango.
Okay.
Which mango may be a berry because of the pit. It's not a stone fruit, but mango. It's like a bright tropical,
a little bit of tropical flavor.
Yeah. The tobacco's definitely there. The cream is there. I think the caramel sugars goes away a little bit. I definitely get a lot of the barrel. I mean, you can tell this is a 14-year single barrel. It is barrel tea.
At the end, the finish is all barrel.
Right. It's a lot of oak. But again, I don't think that makes this a bad bourbon. I think it makes it a challenging bourbon. And you really have to dig to find those things that you can appreciate. That doesn't make it bad. It just makes it challenging. And I guess it depends on what you want out of your bourbons. Do you want just the easy girls that, show up and here you go? Or do you want something you gotta like
or men?
Or men, yeah, we don't.
Variety.
Absolutely.
You have to have an intellectual conversation with this.
Do you want a partner that's just gonna show up and open their shirt? I think that works for both parties here. No, it definitely does. That's good for everybody. I've seen some guys. Listen, I'm not going to get on a total tangent here, but Chris Hemsworth here, God, I'd be that man. I'd be that man. I'd be on that man.
There you go.
Just saying.
That's fair. That's fair.
But yeah,
Did you just see the Thor movie?
I haven't seen it yet.
This is also going to date the show, but
That's okay. The new
I think
Thor
you would
Love
like the new
Thunder.
Thor movie.
I love all the Thors. I love all the Thors. Okay, just getting back to it. I think you said it right. You have to have an intellectual conversation in your mind with this bourbon. You really do have to kind of think about it.
But I think you might be onto something because when you look at the stats, right? High age, high proof. What do people say about the other, like the hyped bottles that have high age, high proof? George C. Stagg, things like that, right? People like those because they're challenging whiskeys. They get the hype because they're challenging whiskeys.
Yeah,
Does
absolutely.
this live up to one of those? Probably not, but it's in the same category of you're not going to just drink this. You're going to think about it. It's going to make you think about it, whether you want to or not. It's not something you're going to grab for every night. But when you're in the mood for really trying to dissect a whiskey,
Yeah, I think when you're not super frustrated and you need to like really think about life and like you're just like I need to be alone and I need something that's going to just put me out there where I'm not checking my phone and like you need something to like really contemplate the universe. This is I think a great whiskey to do that. It's a challenge.
I'm going to throw this out there. I think this is a rock solid cigar whiskey.
I was just thinking that. Yeah.
I think that this is just such a heavy hitter, wild, complex, all this stuff going on, very pronounced. To be honest, this is a struggle for me to go through this just neat. But if I had a big stick, some Mannarino here sucking down for 2 hours, it would probably help this heat.
I think you're right. I think the tobacco, there is like a really heavy Robusto tobacco flavor that's here. And I actually do think that if you were smoking a cigar with this, we've talked about how a cigar kind of dulls your senses a little bit, but it also allows you to pick out some different things. I do think that having a cigar would be a great complement to what this whiskey is, and it would probably allow your palate to start dissecting some of these other things we're talking about, some of those creams, some of those corns, some of those, there's probably a spice there that we can't get through, some of those fruity notes.
Whoa, cutting it is light years better.
That's what I just said. You throw in a little water in it. It does something for this. It really does open up.
Wow.
It opens up a lot. Adding a little water to this
Very
causes
creamy.
a huge
Very
opening.
creamy. Very creamy. A little bit of oaky, which me.
It brings out a little oak.
A creamy oakiness, but it's not unpleasant.
14 years, again, barrel tea. This has been sitting in oak for 14 years, American oak. You're going to get it.
Really quick. Ken, and this has been asked by a few people in the chat.
Pull right into that.
No, I don't want any more.
Oh.
We're not. We gotta move on to the Calumet and power through this because we want to talk why they're similar.
Okay.
Could you, Ken, please perform Zach's job of Vanna Whiting this bottle to our friends in the crowd?
The honors are due to you, sir.
They would love to see
I don't
this
know how to
bottle
do
up
this,
close.
Oh,
So
you just
take
throw
the
it in
bottle
front of the-
right in front of the camera.
Camera.
And
They don't want to see me, right?
Oh, they at the end they do.
So you can look at the screen actually behind and see if it's in focus. So if you look, you can kind of see and let people see how it looks. So there you go. That's the Proprietor 14-year single barrel Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey.
Very nice. I like that ticket sticker.
775. So behind it is a QR code to watch some movie. Then there's.
Oh, well, why aren't we watching that?
Where I thought I saw it on the back. I guess it's behind the.
It's behind that ticket. So, anyways, availability. They sell it. What is it? Lucky7.com.
Yep.
Or Lucky 7. Maybe I need to get that again. So careful how much you guys.
I would say it's an allocated bottle. It's not hyper allocated once a year release.
Lucky7spirits.com. My apologies.
Lone Whisker, you only get 2,500 bottles, and that's it.
Yeah.
So they have all but the 14-year in stock. They have the 14 years are all out of stock. But they have a 6-year for $84.99. The 6-year Jokester, the Frenchman, and Holiday Toast. So
The Holiday Toast has my immediate attention.
yeah, so I was hoping to click on it to see what their collection is here. Let's take a look.
The Holiday Toast has my immediate attention.
So the Holiday Toast,
Is that just because of the name?
it is.
They're good marketing, right?
It says you could call this the epitome of a holiday dram. It's a double oaked Kentucky straight bourbon finished in heavy toasted American oak. Opens with notes of caramel, orange blossom, and a whiff of toasted vanilla. On the palate, you'll find holiday spice, Christmas cake, and a note of graham cracker. Nutmeg and hints of mint ice cream round out the flavors.
I think I will be ordering one of these this weekend.
It's got a 91 on
Are you going to
Whiskey
be
Advocate
able to save it for the holidays?
Nope.
and a bunch of other awards.
I will definitely be opening it
Christmas
and
in
enjoying
July.
it. And then, yeah, it's Christmas in July. And then we will be, once we are like, oh yeah, that's magical, we'll come back to that.
Yeah, so I'll write it in the chat, guys.
So I took a big swig there at the end. I was like, I'm not going to sip on this. I'm going to really put it in the mouth.
I'm struggling getting through the end of it. It's a slow sipper.
It is, but you know what? I thought by putting a lot of it in my mouth and letting it really get around in there, first of all, great mouthfeel, a lot of good coating. Sorry, I didn't mean to bump the mic there. Really good coating there. And it did something good for the flavor, because instead of like taking these little sips, which are like little thorns almost, this was like a big punch. Really allowed me to get into some of that flavor profile. Again, I'm going to go back to like dried mango. I get some fruits, good tobacco. I found it less offensive with a lot more of it in my mouth. That's weird. That's what she said.
So,
that's what he said.
And to add that, the creaminess is spot on. You know.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying that because of what BJ just said, but
You can.
it's a weird thing to say for a whiskey, but sometimes it works. I get a lot of that.
There is like
in Four Roses.
yeah.
And it has it. It's kind of just it's the same effect and mouth coating that you would get from a
Rich,
heavy cream,
fatty, full-bodied, heavy cream. Yeah.
like there's more to it than just water, right? I think
Yeah.
along the lines of the cigar.
So let's get to scoring here. We gotta give our scores. So as you guys all know, we do a 0 to 100 scoring system. The old scoring system is long gone by now. We shouldn't be talking about it, but I always bring it up for some reason.
I talk about it every week.
And
Every week.
BJ, we're gonna start with you on your score. And
Thank you very much. Going back to the nose, so on the old scoring system, I'd give this nose a 2. Again, kind of calling back tobacco, cream, a little caramel, very tobacco. On the palate, a little difficult, challenging. Doesn't make it bad, but it is not an everyday whiskey, and I think that this is going to be one that maybe I'm not in the mood for tonight, and we may have to come back to. I'd be really interested to retaste this at some point.
Sure.
And I wonder how much time in the bottle with the neck pour being gone will help you with that.
Yeah, I agree. I think it'll mellow out a little bit now.
Sure.
And then, yeah, I think $10 for the year, 140. I mean, that's spot on. I'd give that around a 2. Out of 100 now,
One-way bonus. Think about it.
No, I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to say out of the 100, I'm going to put this around 71 out of 100.
71?
Yeah. I'm going to put this at 71 out of 100. That's my score.
So what else would you say is a 71? Just so we can get some kind of comparison for what you feel this is equivocal to.
That's almost like completely taking a big dump on this bottle.
Well, I'm not saying that I am in love with this. I'm saying that we obviously have some things to get first impressions. Listen, a 7 out of 10 is not a bad first impression. Okay, 7 out of 10, a 7.1 out of 10.
What bottle is in this league? Is answer Ken's question, please.
Okay, the only thing that I would compare this to, and I'm going to get so much shit for this.
Yeah, you are.
The Senator.
Oh, the Senator.
Equally challenging, not as hot as the Senator. This is not as hot. But I think the Senator is equally challenging, equally difficult. I would also put this in an Old Forester single barrel store pick.
Yes. That's definitely what it's more.
Those are challenging.
But I don't find those to be as challenging. I think they're a lot more straightforward. I find myself enjoying those a lot more. There's something about that mash bill that's less. To me, I brought up earlier. I said it's a little muddied. It's a little hazy. It's hard to really get through. And we talked about this intellectual conversation. I think an Old Forester single barrel store pick, especially, they're way clearer. It's straightforward. You know what you're getting. It's not as difficult to find through. It's challenging, but I think it's challenging because of the high percentage. I'm not so sure that I find the high percentage here the challenge. Once I worked through the ethanol here, there's just a lot to. It's very complex. It's really deep. It's very difficult to find what it is I'm loving, and I don't know. I'm being totally honest. I don't know if I'm in the mood for this bottle. That's just the fact. Like, I'm not sure I'm in the headspace for this bottle tonight.
And kind of calling back what we were talking about is the holiday toast. Is I wonder if it's summer here in Las Vegas. It's very hot. We are actually weirdly humid this week.
Very much.
I wonder if this would be better in the winter by a fire. It's that kind of challenging, complex whiskey that is not. It's not a good summertime whiskey.
No, I agree with that. Who would you like to give scores next?
I'm gonna jump in,
Please.
because I was pretty close to your score. I just really wanted to.
You want to give me a bunch of shit for it, and they go, well, actually, I'm pretty close.
I'm going to tell you why. I was going to tell you why. Because I have a hard time justifying, and I gave it a 77.
For
so
Lucky 7.
I scored it higher. Lucky 7, I thought 77 was very appropriate. The nose did not blow me away. Just looking at our old scoring system as a bit of a reference. 2-ish, lingering on a 1.5. Taste, really hard to get through that heat. If I didn't cut it, I would give this a way lower score, but the cut saved it, so highly recommend to cut this.
Agreed. We've done that before where the cut has come in and saved.
Yes. Or I was expecting the worst. I was expecting
tainted.
Oak Bomb, and it was just going to be hot garbage.
Agreed.
And I would give it a 64 anyway, so
Okay.
I did a 77. So taste, I kind of give it in the same category, like a 2. But then, so flavor, taste, and then we're going into value. Value, see, I'm okay with this. It's at that $150, $160 price point, $10 a year. That's what I say is phenomenal average cost of what you should be paying.
And we're not even thinking about inflation
spirits,
with that.
right?
So.
For what it is, it's Barton. If it was $100, I'd be way more. I would give it a lot higher score. I just think it again, you guys hit the nail on the head there. It's challenging. It's not something you want to drink every day. This is not a daily drinker.
Tighten Mai Tai.
Put it in a Mai Tai?
No, I said tighten Mai Tai.
What? Like,
yeah, put this in a freaking Mai Tai.
Put this in a cocktail?
Yeah,
like,
with a little orgeat,
and that's good. Anyway.
And as Billy Crud would do, a lot of pineapple juice.
Yeah, Dole Whip.
Sorry, he would never do that. He would never do that. I'm sorry, he would never do that.
So, 77, there you have it. Before Ken gives his score, we broke out because people are asking about the Calumet 16.
We're going to get there.
We're going to get there, but we want to say that it's also a Barton product, so we hope to get slightly.
So
Ken, what's your score?
They say three's a crowd, but I don't think in this case My initial thought was 75.
Okay, all right.
I'm a little bit disappointed.
Yep.
I was hoping for more.
Okay.
Especially for the price. There are things that you can get in this price range, even on secondary, for similar age range. Knob Creek store books that are around 14, 15 years. Even Bardstown Discovery that is not quite as aged, and it is a blend. This is a single barrel, so we do have to kind of factor in the difference of what a barrel may bring.
Yeah.
But old Knob Creek store picks you can find on secondary for less than 150.
No, I can get
Discovery that you can find on shelves for
He hates Knob. I love Knob.
See, I
12-year-old
love
Walmart,
Knob Creek.
$64.99.
You know, when you're buying your goddamn whiskey at Walmart, no offense for those of us that do, I've done it, but you're talking about buying a high-end whiskey at Walmart.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
It's that
and there's
flies
even
under the
bottles
radar
that
still.
don't have the age statement, maybe have the proof, maybe have the age statement, not the proof, as we're going to see with the Cali Mays, that are just better. This is a bottle that is the reputation and hype it has. It does not live up to.
Ooh.
It's not bad.
Hot take.
I will continue to drink the bottle I have. It's not a whiskey that I'm mad I purchased.
Here, let me
Will I
say
be
this.
going and buying more bottles? No. 75 is a good range.
I was going to say, let me know when they're for sale again. I don't want another one.
Let me know when
That's
they're for
okay.
sale again. I don't want another one.
Yeah.
Okay, clean your glasses because I'm going to throw one more
Red
out
Beard
there.
says we need new Brickline Cairns, but we don't have enough Red Beard. We're
Clean your glass
Big
out real quick
deficit
because I'm going to
right
throw
now.
something
We've
at you.
so many.
I'm going to tell you, I am going to throw one more at you.
Can we just get into the Calumet?
No, because I don't want to kill you. I don't want to throw something so terrible at the end. We got to do something terrible. It's like a sandwich. Got to put something
Break it
bad
out.
at the
I
end.
already saw it, so break
just
it
a
out.
small amount for me.
It's just a little. We all hate it, but we're talking about the Calumet for the same reason. So while I pour this, please explain why we have the Calumet out.
All right, so it is also a Bardstown product. Barton product.
They're both in Bardstown,
Bardstown,
Kentucky. With the beads.
Kentucky.
That 135 proof is hits hard. Right?
So we assume it should be fairly similar if the Lucky 7 is also a Barton product, which
We think it is.
We think it is. And
As we've read and heard. And I'm going to throw one more out there that is also a Barton product confirmed. The Kirkland Single Barrel from Barton Master Distillers. This is a 60%, 120 proof spirit.
Yep.
We did these shows. If you want to go and watch them, we'll link to them here or here, wherever I end up doing it in post. But this is a single barrel reserve. And if you recall from those shows, we did not like these. I like
7H statement.
I don't think so. Maybe 4-year.
Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. So
this is an unblended, one of a kind.
On the back, does it say anything about year? No.
So it does say Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. So that means it's at least 4 years.
At least
At least 4. I'm going to say 4 to 6, right?
Yeah.
But unblended, coming straight from the barrel. Also a Barton product. But this is a lot more high rye. They say this is a high rye.
A lot younger.
Oh yeah.
I get the grain from the rye.
But interesting though, you get that young corn you were talking about. I can smell that. Very similar.
It's similar, but you can tell this is younger.
Oh,
that
absolutely.
has more age on it, but this is straight young corn.
Oh, it tastes like a Band-Aid.
You made a Band-Aid?
Power suggestion. Now I can't have the rest of it. That is, yeah.
It tastes, I know.
Peanut butter though. Get peanut butter.
But before we get into Cali Maine, because I have tried that bottle and I'll reserve my opinions on that when we talk. But
Yeah.
It's oxidized?
No.
Barton doesn't get a lot.
Are you sure?
Good.
Smell it.
No, it's not oxide. Dude, that's what it smells like. It smells like that in the glass.
smells right out of the bottle.
But this is
smells
to
like
my
Band-Aid.
point. There are very few Barton products that hit right.
Yeah.
I think Sam Houston 15 from last year is one of those. It wasn't phenomenal. It wasn't a 90+ score bottle, but
Yeah.
it was good. Most most of the 1792 stuff I've had has been subpar.
Also.
Not all of it. I'm gonna fight you.
Well, that's why we need to do the show of 1792. It's like we keep talking about it.
I don't know what they do differently that other people do in the similar region in Kentucky, but they're not up there with some of the other distilleries.
Right.
For these products, this should be one of their crown jewel products, and obviously it's not formally Barton. No one really is supposed to know that. But it is. It's been, all but confirmed. And this should be a crown jewel type of bottle, and it's not. And then the Kirkland bottle is just that much more of, showing what at least has helped this bottle in aging. Not aging the Kirkland bottle as much as is hurting that a lot.
Hey, live studio audience, would you mind dumping that and cleaning out that glass?
After I'm done with my tangent. But thank you. So yeah,
I'm good.
No, I'm good.
No.
I rinse mine.
Wow.
Yeah, I regret that. That was a bad choice, but I'm glad we did it.
But it's a good comparison because you can see what a younger bottle from the same distillery, similar processes goes through for aging.
Did not like it.
It gets better. The Fortune year is much better, but it doesn't make it a top tier whiskey.
Yeah.
So this is
one benefit this bottle has is it has been open for a couple weeks. It's a bottle that I brought over.
Thank you for bringing it.
So there's there has been some time for it to open up. So.
Hold on. I just want to say thank you to our live studio audience, ladies and gentlemen.
Ryan.
We are joined tonight by Ryan Burroughs, Safari Planet in the
Safari
flesh.
Planet in the flesh. Some of you have heard us talk to him on the phone in the show before.
Sometimes he calls during the show. We
calls
answer
during the show. We answer. He is live in the flesh, playing our.
So Ryan, thanks for being here.
studio audience.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
And thanks for helping me with my glass.
I mean,
That was a gentleman's assist right there.
It was.
So this is the
Right,
Calumet.
right.
This is the 16-year single rack black. Single rack black. So this is rack number W4005. Batch size 19 barrels, proof 106, 53% alcohol for those of you keeping score at home. And there's a story. You know it's my favorite when there's a story.
This story's good though.
After a stunning 2-year-old...
Wait, is this about the dog?
No.
That they get in the accident, and the
No.
dog runs across the street, and the dog gets hit by another car, and the dog's gone?
Did
Oh.
you just bring the show down a little bit?
Yeah. Hey,
I thought that was your favorite.
I think we could have left it at, is this about the dog?
it has a horse on it, so it's not about the dog.
Oh, it looked like a dog to me.
All right. After a stunning 2-year-old season in 1947, famed trainer Ben Jones knew that their home was set to have a breakout 3-year-old season. In 1948, Citation furthered his campaign toward becoming a legend. He began the season with a handful of wins. Then Eddie Acaro was tapped to jockey Citation. The first race, pairing the two, was a disappointing loss at the Chesapeake Trail Stakes. This would be the last race that Citation would lose for nearly 2 years. Citation would go on to capture the 1948 Triple Crown and be named Horse of the Year. By the end of his 3-year-old season, he had a total record of 27 victories and 2 second-place finishes out of 29 starts. Citation would go on, win it, and be the first major North American horse to amass a 16-race win streak and to top $1 million in career earnings. To honor that legacy of Calumet Farm and its second Triple Crown winning horse, this exquisite bourbon has been crafted with the same passion and dedication that led Citation to victory.
So one thing I did learn when I was purchasing this bottle is all of their bottles are named after different horses.
That's fun.
Cool. Racehorses?
Yep.
Going through a little bit more in detail about this. So this is coming in at 106 proof?
That is 53%.
This is mash bill of 74% corn,
So we know the
18% rye, and 8% malted barley.
Yeah, they actually do share their mash bill. We're looking at their site at calumetbourbon.com.
Initial thoughts on the nose is the Lucky 7 can just go off the table compared to the nose on
I agree.
on the Calumet.
Way better.
It is night and day.
I'm gonna fight you. I actually like the nose on the Lucky 7 a lot better. I think this is a little more bright, a little more fruity. I definitely think it's I think it's easier to get through, but I prefer the nose of the Lucky 7. That's just me.
But initially, just cherry, but not too much cherry. A little bit of oak.
I'm getting like
But it is bright, very bright.
very bright, almost like a fresh tangerine.
But so consider the differences between the two bottles, right? One of them is a very high proof single barrel. The other one is a blend and much lower proof. Still a good proof at 106.
Yeah.
I have maintained that anything 105 to 120 proof is the sweet spot for bourbon, especially stuff that has a little bit of age to it. And I think this hits that, and so that might help with the brightness a little bit. But yeah, it is much brighter.
2 years older and way brighter. Okay, let's get into this. Cheers, gentlemen, and cheers to you, watchers, viewers, fellow buddies, and cheers to you, Ryan Burrows.
Cheers.
Safari Planet.
Ashtray water?
That's the first word that any bourbon producer wants to hear someone say about their bourbon.
Ooh. Fragrant ashtray water.
Am I wrong though? Like, I'm not like completely off base. I'm not trying to take a dump on this
But
out the gate. Give me a minute.
It's-
Like,
If ashtray water could be a good thing that was pleasant, I think that's what it
It's
is.
like
sweet. It
fragrant.
has like caramel and some fruit that want to punch through, but it's like you put a Werther's original floating in a bucket of ashtray water, and you gotta like.
I'd say
You can
it's-
only you're bobbing for apples, and like you gotta put your whole mouth in there to get it. Pull it out.
It's like poopery.
Nah, it's got
Some
fragrant.
potpourri. No, there's some potpourri in this.
Ugh.
Not on the nose, but in the flavor profile. There's like some
There is.
potpourri.
See, I don't get. Maybe what you're getting the ashtray is similar to the tobacco that we had on the other bottle. I
Tobacco,
don't get any
clove.
tobacco. I get oak. I get the clove.
I mean, 16-year-old barrel tea.
I get the cherry, kind of standard bourbon notes from something that's 16 years old.
You go back to that power of suggestion we just talked about. I cannot stop smelling like some old lady smoker who's like a habitual smoker who like douses herself in fucking Estee Lauder.
Oh yeah.
Glad.
You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking
Go
about.
back to what I said earlier, but this is how you know the Barrel Buddies are on point. This is one of the most hype bottles of the year, and they give,
We're trashing it.
they give you their opinion straight.
We're being honest.
I'm not dumping.
They don't
on
live
this.
up to the hype. They will tell you what's actually happening.
I wouldn't
and
buy
not,
this.
And not what other people want you to hear.
I wouldn't buy
wouldn't
this.
buy this.
I really appreciate that you were
Yes.
sharing it with us.
And again, no, like
But I
eternal
wouldn't buy this.
gratitude and thanks for bringing this bottle, Ken. We appreciate you
I've been
as a
there.
person. You brought some bangers to this house. Where
The nose is amazing. Okay, I like the
Just-
nose.
I love this bottle, and so you're not going to hurt my feelings by not liking it.
No, see-
Everyone's
Aw.
palate is different. I like this bottle.
Preach.
I don't think it's
Preach.
everything that you guys are saying. I think it is one of the best Barton products I've ever had.
it grows on me.
It is good. This is a bottle that lives up to the hype that it's getting. There's a lot of other people are saying it's a bourbon of the year candidate. I don't know if that's the case. It's good.
I'm
but
mad.
Palates
I'm
are
mad.
different. Everyone has different tastes. Everyone has different things, even on different days, right?
Your palate
different.
changes.
It just goes to show that something that someone says is the greatest bottle ever that you need to go spend $800 on the secondary market might not be for you, because this isn't an $800 secondary
I'm
market
actually
bottle, but
mad
everyone is different.
that we drank this after the Lucky 7 because I'm a little concerned that Lucky 7 blew out my palate in some way. So it's so hot, maybe it just blew out my palate, and I can't find the appreciation that I would typically have for this. I don't know.
Here's the thing. One of my core rules to drinking whiskey, to decide that if I'm going to drink it again,
potpourri.
is if it's something that I want to keep,
It's bathroom water.
that I subconsciously keep going back to. This I don't subconsciously want to go back to. I have one sip, but I'm actually having a hard time drinking it. Ashtray water is a bit extreme. It's more of just like a...
Yeah, it's not early times. This isn't early times plastic bottle. That's not what this is.
People don't shit on early times, but there's a faithful... This is like, you're talking about mellow corn type audience with early times.
No, $13 for a 1.75 in a plastic bottle. That is, I've been soaking my ashtrays, and then I add a little, rubbing alcohol. Drink up, boys.
So I had a friend that sent me an old bottling early times and new bottling since they've changed their...
It's probably light years different.
Yep. The old bottling is garbage. The new bottling is garbage. You don't even want to be in the same vicinity.
Oh, it's like the worst of the worst.
Oh, yeah. Oh, again, welcome back to Barrel Buddies, where we'll tell you how we really feel. It was garbage. But the new one is garbage you really don't
I'm
want.
baffled, and I feel inadequate that Ken says that this is like this big hypey bottle right now. I'm baffled that you guys out there. Shame on you, audience.
Why do you feel inadequate? Right? Are other people living into the hype?
What am I missing out that all of these other people caught? Because I don't see it.
You caught monkeypox.
It's not that good. How much does this run a bottle?
I know. Listen,
so same
before
thing,
you
$150 a bottle.
before you rant out on this, you gotta preface with what Ken was just talking about. It's about mood. It's about environment. Listen, Ken has shown us amazing bottles. He's no scrub. He knows his stuff.
Thanks.
No, you do. You do. You're no
You
scrub.
can be on the show anytime.
You know your stuff.
Evaluate and
And
you know
so
your shit.
when you say that this is a good bottle, then it makes me a little sad that I have
Same. We missed out on something.
that I
apparently.
missed out. But then
No,
I gotta tell you this.
I would be the opposite of you guys. Now you don't need to go spend $150 on a bottle you don't like.
Okay, I'm gonna just.
And hype, it goes into kind of what the whiskey and specifically bourbon market is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hype and there's a
There
lot of
is.
bottles that a lot of people like, and they might actually legitimately like them, but you might not like them.
Old Scout, or not Old Scout. I'm
Weller
sorry,
12.
Lone Whisker.
Weller 12.
12.
Thank you.
So
Biggest example
would
in
you
the
go
market.
spend $150 on a bottle that you know you don't like? Now that's why everyone says to go try something at a bar before you spend money on a bottle.
Bingo.
Because you don't know, and other palate is one of the most variable things
Don't buy off
on a
the-
person in between people. So it's a good example of.
Uncle Punky says eat a peanut and try again. So I have some like roasted almonds on the table. You should probably do a little handful.
I can't help but draw back to this, and somebody help me here. Every single time I've ever been to a whiskey event, and we've been to a few recently.
Quite a few.
Whiskey X is coming back. I'm really
it's
excited
coming back
about
in a
that.
couple
We're going to
months.
talk about
Yeah,
that.
we have to talk about.
We're going to have to talk about that.
And St. Paul and the Broken Bones.
I'm really excited
For
about that.
anyone watching the show, if you want to make a trip out to Vegas, CS.
Yeah.
Whiskey
It's
X,
a good time.
Cosmo.
it's tons of fun. We all three were there last year. It was
Yeah.
a blast. St. Paul and the Broken Bones, we didn't even know them last year, and now they are hitting
Get
it.
this. I was playing them when I picked up my mom like a week ago, and she was standing there. She's like, "Is that Otis Redding?" Like when I was listening
He's
to
so
him on the
good.
way. Yeah, he's
so good.
St. Paul and the Broken Bones.
So I'm real excited that they are
Yeah.
headlining this year's Whiskey X.
Yes.
Headlining. All right.
Wow, that's big.
It's a big deal. Yeah, they went from the opener last year to the headliner this year.
And they were the opener to Fits in the Tantrums.
Yeah.
It's another.
Everybody's
huge
fan
band.
event at Whiskey X.
Yeah, come on out. Yeah, let's start planning that. Barrel Buddies fan event at Whiskey X. We all meet up. We do some tastings. But last time at Whiskey X, Calumet, who were they paired with at their tasting table? Does anybody else remember?
No.
I do not. I have a bad
Redemption?
Bird Dog.
Ooh.
Yikes.
And every time I've seen a Bird Dog table, their high end that they're pouring is Calumet.
This is going to be a birthday show.
Yeah, for you.
This is
Barrel Buddies meetup event.
October-
We're calling it. We didn't do an event this year, so this is our event. We're calling it right now. When are we going?
October 29th.
Oh, and it's Halloween? That's Halloween weekend.
Hold on, let me double check. Hold on one second. I don't know why I can't just find it here.
Little
There we go.
frittatas?
October. Oh, what is it? 2 days? They have 2 shows.
I think you want a little frittata.
Saturday, October 29th
There
at
it is.
7 p.m.
It is a Halloween weekend show. All right, we're putting it out there.
And
If
it's
you
a
want
whiskey
tickets,
tasting.
And for those of you who haven't been to Vegas on Halloween, you want to be in Vegas on Halloween.
So they take their whole pool deck, which is it's going to be shaded because the casino
It's gonna be nighttime
covers
is
the
nice.
whole west side. So
Oh.
you get all the shade in the evening. You have all of these booths, these different distilleries. And there's going to be 60 of them coming around this time. They have food, bites. So you get food you can buy, you get food you can eat.
there's food already involved
yeah,
and
exactly.
provided.
So
And then how many whiskey pours? How many whiskey vendors are there?
60.
60 vendors plus Cohiba is there for you that
Oh
like
yeah, I usually get
cigars. You get a nice stick.
Last time we were there, we had a $300 bottle of scotch they were pouring.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ardbeg was
It's
The
Pouring.
pouring
Ardbeg was
Stuff.
pouring some heavy
hitters. Yeah. Yeah. They were pouring some big ones. So we're putting it out there right now. Then October 29th, Barrel Buddies fan event at the Whiskey X event here in Las
Cosmo.
Vegas, Cosmopolitan. Get your tickets.
Go look it
Come
up
on down.
online.
We're gonna have fun. Let's see how much we can generate here. You gotta buy your own tickets, but we'll be there. We'll all hang out. We'll watch a concert. We'll try some whiskeys. We'll take some pictures. We'll have some fun. We'll
We'll
meet
go
some
live
people.
on the show. We'll go live.
Yeah, we'll do a live show. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. We're gonna do this. So October 29th, be ready.
Uncle Punky just said a bold statement that you're not going to be there in October.
No, he's assuming that I'm gonna be at his house on October 29th. When I think I'm gonna actually be there a little sooner.
Oh, Uncle Punky, you heard it here first.
Can't be in Pennsylvania when I'm already here.
In his head, he's in Pennsylvania.
Every
I want to
day.
go to that Amish buffet.
Yeah, we want to go to
Take BJ to that.
To
Bird End or
Maple Farmstead.
Maple Farm. No, I don't think that's what it was. That what it's called?
Blue Balls.
No, Amish Paradise.
Keep spending money. We're off the rails.
Yeah.
For the Barrel Buddies.
I'm James.
This is what happens with the 135 proof
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not even. I can't even give this a
Hey,
score.
did we, wait, did we score it? Yeah, we did
I
score
can't
it
give
really
this a
quick.
score.
Calumet 16.
I don't want to give that. A score.
70. 70.
84.
Okay. That's good. I like that score for how you've talked it up a little bit and you've had it before. Okay, that's fair. What do you give it? You gotta just throw something out there.
31. 3.1 out of 10. 31 out of 100. 3.1 out of 10.
For the Barrel
Sorry.
Buddies, James.
I'm BJ.
And I'm Ken.
Ah!
Yes, he is.
Yeah,
We'll
he
see you
is.
next week.
On
Don't forget to
Wednesday.
follow us on Instagram
Like,
at
subscribe.
The Barrel Buds.
He's been doing crazy socials. Hit him up on Instagram at the Barrel Buds.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this show with your friends. We're trying to hit that 5,000 mark, and we're so close. We could do it with your help. When we get to 5K, we're doing a 5K giveaway.
He just drove by it today. Shady Maple.
Shady Maple, see Maple. Maple, I got it. 5K giveaway when we hit 5,000. So push us out there. Let's get there. We can do it in the next couple of weeks.
October 29th, Whiskey X.